Hello everyone and welcome to the Hotspots 4 webinar. And this webinar is brought to you by CloudAccess.net. If you're looking for a highly functional Google Maps component for Joomla, look no further because Hotspots is very powerful. It's easy to install, set up, and use, and today you're going to learn all about how to customize this component so your Google Maps function exactly how you'd like them to, so you can create that user experience that you're after for your site. And this webinar is intended for all different types of Joomla users, site administrators who are looking to easily integrate Google Maps into their Joomla site. I think we're going to go for about an hour today, and there is a time for questions and answers at the end of the webinar. Let me introduce myself here quickly. My name is Ryan Bernstein. I'm going to be your host and moderator today, and I work for CloudAccess.net. I'm going to give you a very brief introduction to our platform, very brief, and then I'll introduce your presenter, Daniel Dimitrov from CompoJoom, and then we'll pass the presentation over to Daniel. But I want to encourage you guys to find that GoToMeeting slide out question area and post your questions. And if you have any questions about hotspots or other CompoJoom products or the CloudAccess.net platform, please post those questions and we'll do our best to answer them. We have 67 people registered today, so hopefully we get to all of those questions. And if also, please let us know where you're attending from. I'm located in northern Michigan in the United States, and Daniel is in Germany in Europe. So again, please let us know where you're attending from. Let us know if you have any questions, and we'd be happy to do our best to answer those at the end. And again, let me introduce Daniel. Daniel Dimitrov from CompoJoom is going to be your presenter today. Daniel, are you there?
Hey everyone.
How are you?
I'm fine. I want to excuse myself at first because I haven't spoken in English in a while, so my tongue is maybe a little bit rusty. But I hope that we'll get through that very easily.
Yeah, I'm sure you'll do just fine. You guys, Daniel is offering 15% off of Hotspots for our attendees today. So write down this coupon code, Hotspots4Cloud. And it's Hotspots 4 because, Daniel, you guys just released Hotspots 4, version 4. Are you testing right now? Or?
No, we're not testing. It's stable and it's there to be used.
Fantastic. Well, we'll learn a little bit more about it, just a little bit about our platform. We do offer a pretty comprehensive hosting and support platform at Cloud Access. I won't go through the whole thing, but we just introduced a free hosting option for Joomla and WordPress. If you want to launch a free site, you can have it online indefinitely on the CloudAccess.net platform. We have a lot of other features too, and hosting and support packages if you do want to purchase one of those, upgrade, get some more help or some more site resources. But we won't talk too much about our platform. I do want to let you know, though, that we have a pretty popular YouTube channel, and this webinar is being recorded right now. It will be on our YouTube channel a little bit later today. It's youtube.com/CloudAccess. And we actually did, Daniel, how long ago was that when we did that Hotspots webinar?
I think more than 1 year ago.
Yeah, it was a while back, so I'm looking forward to seeing all the improvements you made, all the new features, and I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm going to show version 3, and we're going to compare it with version 4, so you'll see what have changed.
Oh, very good. And Wanda's letting us know that she's attending from Alabama, and Greg from Maine in the U.S. Again, 67 people registered. Let us know where you're attending from. We'd appreciate it. I'm going to go ahead and we'll show you that coupon code a little bit later today. Jeff's attending from Alameda, California. So we're covering the United States. Let us know where you're attending from. I'm going to close this presentation, actually. I'm going to pass this over to you, Daniel.
The plan for today is to show you first how to download the extension, because believe it or not, we got a lot of support requests from people who say that they cannot download it, but it's really easy. And then we're going to go through the backend, front end, and cool features that Google Maps has. It should take roughly about 25 to 30 minutes.
Okay, great. Do you want to pause for questions in the middle, or do you want to get to those at the end? How do you want to handle those?
Well, we can pause, yeah. So we whenever the questions come in, then we can stop and I can answer them.
All right, I'll try to find a good spot to break in, but it's all yours.
All right. So, as I said, the first thing is downloading. I think it's pretty easy. We just go to downloads, official releases. You click there, and after that, here in the list with extensions that we have, you just scroll down and look for hotspots. So here it is. You click on it, and here on the top we always have the latest version is always on the top. So the latest version is 4.06, and you click on it, and you are now able to download it over here by clicking on the title, or you can share and download whatever you like. If you have a subscription and you need to be logged in on the same page, you will see also the Pro version that we have. It will be always on top. So you just click there and you have it. I won't go through the installation because it's really easy and it's like every other Joomla extension out there. I will be working on two websites. First is our demo website. It has a lot of locations, around 100,000 locations in the database, and that's why I'm going to use this one to show you the features. And I also created a test site with CloudAccess with the new offer free site.host. I created a new Joomla instance there, and I installed Hotspots to show you how you can get this thing running. We'll start first there. Once the extension is installed, you'll have to go to Components, Hotspots. You will land on a dashboard that will, on the left side you can see a small Google map. Here the latest hotspots will show on the map, so you can click on them and directly go and edit them. On the right you have some stats like the number of hotspots, the published hotspots, tiles. I'll explain later what this is. You have a tab with the latest news. Those are taken directly from our web page, so whenever we release something related to hotspots, we will publish a blog post and you can see it directly here. And the last tab over here, version, this gives you an information about the installed version on your website. By clicking over here, you can have a look at the changelog, what has been added, etc. And if you want, if you click here, then you will reload the update information. You can basically update hotspots as any other Joomla extension right from your Joomla backend by going to Extension Manager, and on the Update tab, select the version that you want to update, click Update. On this site, I'm currently running a developer version. You can see it here, Git 3.2. I've installed this version to show you a new feature that I'm working on. It will be this version will be released this week, and I think that you will like the feature that I'm going to show you. So the first thing when you have hotspots there is to create a category. That's very easy. Just go to categories, and I already have two categories created, but we can create a new one. Just click on New, and let us create a category, Cloud Access category. You can select the status of this category. You can have a short description. I'll show you where this description will be shown in the front end later. And a very important step is to select an icon for this category. You have a sample, around 200 sample icons that you can choose from, but you also can upload your own icon for this. Right now I will just use a sample icon, and we need to select a color for our tile marker. Let's make it green. And that's pretty much it. We can save and close. And then the next step is obviously to publish a new location. So I'll go over here, I'll click on New. Our first location. Here you can select the category. the status, the access level. You can show this location only to registered users or to guests or only to special users. You can upload a picture here, and you can have a description. And here are the location details. If you click on this person over here, then we'll use the HTML5 feature called geolocation. If I share my location, then the map will be auto-populated with my location. I can drag and drop this marker wherever I want, and you will see that the latitude and longitude updates automatically. Together with this, we also update the address. If, for example, you don't want to update the address and the latitude and longitude, normally when I write an address here, let's say that I write Frankfurt, then you see that the map switches to Frankfurt and the longitude and latitude changes. If you don't want to do this, you can click here on sticky marker, set this value to no, and now whenever I move the marker, the latitude and longitude values change, but the address doesn't change. So I can type whatever I want here for a city, Cologne for example, but the latitude and longitude won't change. So let's switch back to this. I'll move this marker. And now the next step is saving this, and now we have our first marker on the map. So obviously we want to show this location in the front end, so we need to create a new menu. I have already created a hotspots menu, but I'll show you what it has as options. When you create a hotspot entry, you need to have an entry to the map view. So basically to this view over here. Once you've created this, you have several options. You can choose the start category. You can choose if you want to start with the menu closed or not. You can select the start tab, and you also have a map centering method. You can start by marker bounds. This means that we will automatically go through each hotspots that you have in the database. We will read the locations, and we will determine the best zoom and position of the map so that it can incorporate all the locations at once on the map. It works pretty well, but if your locations are pretty far away, for example, you have one location in China and another one in the United States, then it can happen that the map is zoomed too far away. So in this situation, you want to find the best zoom for you and then enter it in the global configurations. But here you have to say start, position, and zoom. So let's save this and let's go to our front end. Here's my entry, my hotspots entry. I'll click on it, and you'll see that the map loads. And in my current view is set on the city in Germany, Karlsruhe, and it doesn't have any location in it. The first thing that it happens, since I'm visiting this page for the first time, we're showing a small welcome message. You can configure this in the backend. Right here, you go back to components, hotspots. And on the dashboard at the top, you have an options tab. And here is the greeting text that you want to show, and here you can hide the tour completely or show it. In this case, we'll show the tour. So after this message that you can configure in the backend, if you click on next, we will explain to the user what the different sections of our application do. So for example, here are the tabs you can click and change around. The next is the filters that you can apply to your hotspots. You have the centering and full screen options over here. You can search for an address by switching to the directions tab, and you can type your address here. Or if you click on this button over here, you can search for directions. Once the user has gone through the introduction, then you can click on done, and he won't see this this tour anymore. So let's go back to the hotspots. Currently we have no hotspots in the current view, But if I zoom out, our location was over Frankfurt. It should pop out. And it's not popping out. There it is. It was a little bit farther away. So if you click on the location, the marker will change, indicating where you've currently clicked. We have also a street view of the location. So we automatically try to find the street view for this location. It will show here in the hotspot. And we can look for directions if we want to. We can start from Heidelberg and try to see if we can find a direction to this address. So here are the directions, and if we want, we can switch to show us the directions by bicycle or by walking, and we can add different stops. For example, we can say that we want to go through Darmstadt. You can move those directions up and down as you want. So I can say here, and when I'm ready, I can say, get me the directions, and the map will, and we will update, and it will show you the directions that you want. You also have options to show the directions in kilometers or miles, or to avoid highways or avoid tolls and stuff like that. Here we can close those, and we'll get the directions. You can search, if we go back here, we can search just for a location, like Karlsruhe, for example. On the settings tab, you see that you can turn on the weather layout. This will show the weather or the clouds layout. If you zoom out, you see some clouds over Germany and over Europe. You can turn this. This is what the user sees. You can configure how the map is displayed in the backend. When you go to the options, for example, on the Maps tab, you have the option to enable the weather layer. So if I save this, and if I refresh the page, per default, the weather layer will be enabled on the map. Do I save this? So let's see, let's try again. So there it is. Now it's loading as expected. So here's the weather layout. It's enabled per default when I go to the map, but I can go to the settings, and just for me, I can turn those off. Let us switch to our demo page. It has a little bit more locations there. As you can see, we have in our current view we have 511 locations. We currently show only 20 in the list, and as you can see on the top and at the bottom, we have pagination, so we can go to the next batch of locations here. You might be wondering what those small dots here, the green dots, are. Basically, those are custom markers, custom tiles markers. Those are indication to the user where he can zoom in to see more locations. So if I zoom here over the Netherlands, I will know that in this location I have more locations. This is basically made for performance reasons, because we cannot show 1,000 locations at once on the map. This takes a lot of resources, and the user browser is going to freeze. So that's why we limit the location shown to maximum 100, and the rest, those dots just indicate where the user has more locations, so he can zoom in. The user has also the option to click on one of those locations. If you click here, we'll directly load the information about this location, so he won't have to go to page 2 to find it. We show at the bottom of the list, we show the information about this location that he currently clicked on, or this one. It shows always at the bottom. Another nice thing is, notice that when I click here, for example, then the menu scrolls up to this location and it's centered on it. And it shows the full description of the location. This is different. A lot of users in the past we were using info windows. I told you that I'm going to show you the version 3 of the extension. That's version 3. And when you click on a location, you get this info window. The problem here is that if you have a lot of text, the info window doesn't grow as you would expect. And it only can take so much space before it's cramped up, and you get a horizontal line here, and it's basically not a good experience when you want to browse the map. When you get the info window, it hides all the locations in the backend, so that's why we decided to not use it anymore and instead show everything in the menu. This way the user can still browse the map and have a pretty good overview of what's going on. A nice feature, what I extremely love, is the full screen option. I cannot browse a map that is just small. I just love to be in full screen and to move around. When you have selected a location, if you click on the street view, then the street view will load over here, and then you can look for the street view directly on your site. Another nice thing is you can zoom in to this direction, so you can look at the area here, and then you can zoom out again to have a look at the other hotspots that are available in the database. A nice thing is the search option. You can search in the content of a hotspot. You just can type, let's search for restaurant. I doubt that we have a restaurant in this view. Oh, we have one. That's great. So we have 2 restaurants here. And you also have filters. You can turn on the categories that you want to search in. If we say, for example, let's search in parks for restaurant, you see that we have nothing. We can close this filter here, and it will show the markers over here. So the other thing is the center on my location. If you click on this, then we will again use the HTML5 geolocation feature. When you click on share location, normally you can allow this all the time to happen. So let's always share location with the current website. And then the maps will change to my location, and this blue dot indicates where I'm located. So we had a look at the direction, we had a look at the settings. Another nice thing about the setting is that you can share your location with the app. We will save it in a cookie. So and once I go back to this page, instead of the normal centering procedure, like centering in the United States, it will center on my address. So I can always have the view of locations around me, and I don't need to rely on the default centering of the map. When the map loads again, you see I'm centered over my home area. Hotspots also supports a custom maps feature. I don't know if you've seen this, but for example, with Google Maps, you have a Google Maps IP styled wizard thing where you can change the colors of the map. For example, I can change the visibility here to invert lightness and change the color of the sea, change the color of the mountains. You can use the style map wizard. This is a page made from Google, but there is also a nice page for this that I found. It's called mapstyler.com, and over here they have a better editor, in my opinion, than the one that we saw on the wizard website. I find it much nicer to use. I was experimenting here with awful colors, as you can see. But down here they have a trending map style, so let's have a look at the Facebook style. All you need to do is once you generate the style for your map, you just need to get the JSON string. I'll copy it to my clipboard, and then go to the settings on the map, and down here you have styled maps. You can paste the string that I just copied. You can save it, and now when we refresh the page over here, we should see the Facebook style that we just copied. Yeah. So now you have a Facebook style map. In just a second, so you can always have a map that matches the look and feel of your website. So it doesn't have to be the standard Google Maps. You can configure whatever you like. Another good thing is we have users that use special files called KML. With those files you can draw lines or you can show locations on the map. Those files, however, are best suited for locations. Let me for lines and squares or circles or whatever you want. So here, down here in Zurich, when we zoom here in this area, you see I have a KML file that shows lines. So you see those lines that they are loaded with a KML file. So if you have a tour, for example, a bicycle tour, you can draw it in a KML file. You can use Google Earth for this. So you can draw the line there. And in the backend of Hotspots, you just go to the KML view. You create a new hotspot and you upload your file there and you're ready. We have a lot of users who, however, use the KML file to display locations. I have one such file over here, and I'll publish it. And you see that this file now, let me refresh the page. If I zoom out, let me turn the weather and clouds off. So if we zoom out, you'll notice that over England, over United States, sorry, we have some locations now. Those locations use the standard Google Maps pins, and when you click on them, you see that they will open an info window. And in the menu here, you'll see that we don't show any information because the information about those hotspots is loaded in the KML file, and we cannot access this KML file. So the locations that are on the right here, they're taken from the database. I've written a nice importer, and you can, with few steps, you can import those locations into your database and show them as normal hotspots over here. I'll show you how this works. You just need to go to import and over to the KML import option. So over here you have to add your files. I have few KML files over here that I'll just drag and drop those files there like this. Those are the 3 files that I want to import into my database. I'll start the upload. So they got uploaded. I'll go to the next step. So I want to import all the locations from those files into my database. I'll select the 3 files that I want to import. Here I have the option to select the category that each style will go into. I'll leave it to the default category because I'm lazy right now and I don't want to map everything here. I'll click on next, and we just imported 74 locations into our database. If you go here to the locations, you see that our locations got imported, and over here, if I refresh the page, you'll see that we have some locations here. Those are all now taken from our database. And I can go back to the KML view over here, And since I imported the same file, now those locations that were normally in this file are in my database. I can publish it off. And now only the locations that are taken directly from our database are going to show on the map. Another thing that people wanted to have are custom fields. So for example, if you want to ask the user to submit a telephone number or something, you could create a custom field for that and call it telephone. It should show in all categories. It's a text field, no options. It can be empty. Let's save this. And now when I go to my locations, and let me create a new location for you. Let's have it in the Cloud Access category, tests. Then you see that over here now I can enter a telephone number, 05 something. Let's save it, share the location, and that's it. So you can have a list with things that you want your users to enter, and let's save it and have a look in the front end. So this is my test location that I just created. When I go on the read more view, you see that down here are my custom fields, and we have the telephone and the number. What we also have is support for sharing. So we can share and we can share and tweet our locations by enabling this option over here, social media. You can set it to yes. And now we have the option to share this location. Down here. So the Pro version of Hotspots also has the ability to submit location through the front end. So you can give the ability to your users to submit locations like restaurant, bars, or whatever you have in your city, for example. You just create a new menu. I have here one on the demo page, submit a location. And they get this view where they can enter the information that you need, and then they have to fill up the captcha, click on submit, and that's it. You can approve the locations. You can get an email that says there is a new location and you need to approve that, or you can let the locations be auto-approved and they will be automatically published on the map. So I think that I have pretty much covered everything. Are there any questions?
Yeah, no, actually there's no questions right now. Just want to give a shout out to Jeff, who's attending from Ottawa, Canada, and Mark from Portland, Oregon. And Mark had requested the coupon code again. It seems like you've got someone interested there. But Daniel, that was great. There's a ton of features of Google Maps that I didn't even know existed, and I use it all the time. So I think
glad you like it.
Yeah, you did a great job of showing sort of how to integrate the component and how to get those features active on your site. So folks, let us know. Daniel would like to answer any questions you might have. Just find that GoToMeeting slide out question area and let us know what it is. That coupon code again is Hotspots for Cloud. Hotspots for Cloud. And Daniel, that's all in caps, is that right?
Yeah, that's all in caps, right.
All in caps. And I'll show that again towards the end here when I steal the presentation back. Ben posted a question. Daniel, does it use responsive design? Is it mobile friendly?
I knew that this question is going to come. I knew it. That was... Okay, right. So it looks great on my iPad. It doesn't look good on my Windows phone. But that is something that it's going to be fixed in about 1 or 2 weeks. The problem with phones is that we have to shrink the display and do some stuff, but it will work in about rolled in 1 or 2 weeks. So it will be perfect.
Very good. Ben, he anticipated your question today. And Chuck P. posted a question. What is the map styling site again? Can you please show that?
Yeah, you have two options. In the past, I was using the Google Wizard. Just typing Google styling map wizard, and the first site that comes up is the one that I was always using in the past. But the one that I found that I really like right now is mapstyler.com. It's very easy to use and very cool. It has a better interface than the standard wizard website, in my opinion.
That's mapstyling, mapstyler.com, M-A-P-S-T-Y-L-R.
Netstyler.com, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. Ben says thanks, and Chuck says thanks, and Mark also posted, I'm sorry, Jeff, let's get to Jeff's question. Does it work well on 2.5 versions of Joomla? Are there any unknown conflicts with other extensions?
It works fine, yeah. It works both on 2.5 and 3.3, but with that said, you know that Joomla 2.5 is going to, the support for it is going to end soon. Like the end of the year, the Joomla project is not going to release any more updates on it, so we will be concentrating pretty much our efforts on the Joomla 3.3 in the future.
Yeah, end of life, I think, is December.
It looks the same. It looks the same way on 2.5 and 3.0. I don't know if you noticed, but we use our custom backend template. Our extension use it, and we make sure that this backend template works with Joomla 2.5 and 3.3.
Cool. I think that is December. Isn't it December? End of life?
Yeah, it's December, yeah.
Yeah. So if you haven't already, Jeff, considered upgrading, you should kind of make a plan to upgrade to that 3.0.
Yeah, and upgrading from 2.5 to 3.3 is not that big of an issue. You need to make sure that your template and extensions are supported on 3.3, and then it's like one click to update.
Yeah, not bad. That's what we always say. Just make a list and see what's updated for 3.0 already. But the other part of his question, Daniel, was, are there any known conflicts with Joomla extensions?
I have a known conflict with CSS styles with some extensions, but I'm working on fixing them, so there won't be, by the end of the week, there won't be anything that I know of.
Cool, so you're always kind of working on this, and that's great.
Yeah, so we released 4.0 like last month, and we're already at version 7. It's going to be released today, so in about 1 month we fixed like 40 bugs, so if you find something, then it will be fixed pretty fast.
Very cool. Mark posted a question too about sort of the learning curve, and Mark wrote, how long would you estimate it to take a semi-pro to learn this, and is there a wiki for it or other types of documentation?
Well, I think that the 30 minutes that we just got with this webinar are enough to learn it, but we also have a documentation when you go to our website. Down here to support documentation, and then go to Hotspots, and here are the available chapters and information that we currently have on Hotspots, going through the installation, the standard usage of the backend, and we have some step-by-step guides, and we have some advanced topics like scaling and performance for large datasets. Like our demo page has around 100,000 locations, and if you have that many locations, then you need to make sure that it works with them, and you can read here why we choose to do what we do. And yeah, so this is the location where you can go to learn more, and of course if you have a subscription with us, you can always write us a ticket, and I'm always happy to reply to them.
Yeah, Daniel, what's the best way to get a hold of you if someone's interested in following up if they haven't purchased that subscription yet?
We have a forum, so we have Hotspots is distributed both in the core and the pro version. The core version doesn't have, let me have a look again, the core version can show up to 100 locations on the map. It doesn't support KML, it doesn't support custom file fields, and it doesn't support import from SoviPro or KML file. But that's pretty much it. And it also doesn't allow you to use the custom to show the weather layout and stuff like that. But it should be pretty enough in most basic situation, and I have already thousands of people using it, and it should be pretty good. On our website, we have a forum, so just navigate to it. For those that don't have a subscription, you just go to Hotspots Core, and you can write your question over there. I'm trying to respond to those questions that comes in this category, but of course people with subscription have priority, so don't expect fast responses if you don't have a subscription.
Okay, yeah, you pay for what you get, right? If you want some more support,
yeah,
buy that subscription.
I would love to do that. I would love to do support for the people with the core version, but it takes time, and that's take us away from developing the software. So
right. No, that's completely understandable. Yeah, totally. So Chuck P has a cool comment. Greatly improved interface over previous versions. Great job. So that's cool.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
And Jeff says, okay, thanks. And a question from Phil. I like this question. Do you have like a client showcase? Are there any lists of sites that use hotspots?
We don't have a client showcase. It's in our to-do list to launch a directory on our website, and I hope to get this running in about a month or two. I know about a lot of people that use the extension, and they make awesome things with it. The problem is always they contact me when they have an issue, so they post the URL to their website in my ticket system, so I have a look at their website and I forget about it. But that's why I want to make a directory with all people who use our products, and pretty soon we'll have this.
Yeah, right on. Very cool. Those showcases are always really useful. Let's see. Chuck P. Would you ask Daniel to post this video on his YouTube channel? Wish we had a bit more in the way of screencasts. You know, we are recording this. We're going to put it on our YouTube channel later. Daniel, if you'd like a copy to have.
Yeah, I normally put those webinars here on the product page.
Right.
I did. Have the old one.
Yep.
And the old one over here when you scroll down. This is the webinar from last year, and you can see what we showed in Hotspots 3 here.
Cool. Yeah, I saw that the other day actually. But we'll yeah, we'll make sure that video is available. If you want, I'll show you our YouTube channel, Chuck, in a little bit. If you want to check that out, you can subscribe and get notification once that's posted. It takes a bit of time to archive those, and I always like to go through and enhance audio and things like that. But let's see. Mark posted a question too. Daniel, is the ultimate version on your site the pro version in your pricing page?
Yeah, the thing is, we have light, advanced, and ultimate subscriptions. They all give you access to the same pro version. The pro version in those subscriptions doesn't have any difference. The only difference is the support time that you subscribe to. For example, the light one only has 3 months support, where the advanced one has 12, and the ultimate has 3 years. And the supported domains. The light version, if you have you can install the extension on as many domains as you want. You can install it on 1,000 domains, I don't care. But if you want support from us, with the light version, we just do support on 1 domain. With the advanced subscription, we do 2 domains, and with the ultimate, we do 5 domains. But with that said, I don't track this, so if you install it on 5 domains, I'll help you, but if it suddenly turns out to be 100, then maybe I'll ask you to renew your subscription, but that's all.
All right, very good. So, Daniel, is there anything else you'd like us to know about the about hotspots, or you want to put in a quick plug for some of your other components so that people are aware what you offer?
No, let's keep it to hotspots, and we can do another webinar next
Okay.
time. But
Yeah, sounds
if
good.
people are interested, they can always go to our homepage, and on the front page you can see over here you can see the subscriptions, the extension that we have. If you're interested in event extensions, and have a look at Matukio. I think it's the most powerful extension for event management in the Joomla ecosphere right now. And make sure to have a look at it. We have a MailChimp integrator, a comment system. By the way, I didn't show you this, but with hotspots, we have it on our demo page. You can comment on the locations with our comment extension. It's down here on the bottom, so you can leave a comment and it will show below the location.
Cool.
So this is something that also works with hotspots.
Cool. So yeah, I know we did a Matukio webinar. In fact, let me go ahead and just steal the presentation back from you now, Daniel, if you don't mind.
No, I don't mind.
I'll steal that back. But folks, post those questions in. I've got Daniel reserved for another 12 minutes. And so let us know if you have questions. But let me show my screen here. So you should all be able to see my screen right now and see CompoJoom, the home page. And of course, Daniel said go ahead and go to the forum here, post some questions
and by the way, guys, on our demo page, you notice that on the left we have a live demo option. So you just need to provide your email address and you get your own instance of Joomla 3.3 with all our Pro extensions installed in it, and you can take them for a spin and see what they can do.
Cool. You know, it's always great. We love at CloudAccess.net. We love to promote great extension developers like Daniel and CompoJoom, and just really great stuff. We've done a number of webinars with Daniel, and they can all be found here, including today's webinar can be found at our YouTube channel, youtube.com/CloudAccess. We have 9,994 subscribers, if you see my screen today, and I would love to get to 10,000 subscribers today. So if you guys came over and subscribed, that'd be awesome. You'll get an email notification every time we upload a new tutorial, and we have many of them, mostly for Joomla, but I guess just one WordPress. It's a newer product offering on our platform. I'm going to come down here to our special Joomla webinars. This is going to go into this playlist later today, and you know, I think it's 7 p.m. where Daniel is, so I don't know if it's 6 p.m., so he's not going to get that up until tomorrow. It would be midnight before it gets done in his time, but you can come here to this playlist, and in fact, if you want to check out any of the other webinars we've done with Daniel, CMigrator was a popular one, migrating a WordPress into Joomla. That's one of his components. Let's scroll down here.
Or Drupal into Joomla.
Or Drupal, that's right. And what else did we do? Here's that original Hotspots webinar we did, and I thought there was a Matukio.
Yeah, there should be one, yeah. It was a pretty long one, more than 1 hour.
Let me scroll down. Is there a second page? I need to go find that Matukio. Oh, CMC, MailChimp.
That's our MailChimp integration, yeah.
We did with Daniel. I'll make sure that Matukio is in this playlist too. But in any case, please come here and subscribe and get a recording of this. Let's see. JP has said, thank you for a great show, and Diane, nice presentation for a great extension. Yeah, he did a good job, didn't he? Daniel, I need to give you a pitch for our API, and kind of just let everybody know that this is available. But I know we talked before about it a little bit, Daniel, but I'd love to get you on board with this. What we can do is we can start provisioning demos from the CompoJoom site with, complete with your components integrated, so we can create a separate package for each or bundle them and put a module right on your site where you can launch those. And and that goes for all of our clients, anyone attending. If you're interested in learning more about this API, it's kind of cool. You become an affiliate of ours, and it's all free. And you upload a package, or your site visitors can also launch core versions of Joomla or WordPress directly from your property, and you earn a recurring revenue stream for any of those clients who upgrade to a hosting and support package through us. So I don't know, I just thought I'd throw that in there as a plug. It was just on my mind because, Daniel, we've talked about it before. I kind of want to continue that discussion.
That's a good offer, and I have it on my to-do list to convert our demo page to use your API. Yeah.
Right on. So I'm just loading this presentation here, and it doesn't seem to want to load. Let me try one more time. You see that coupon code? That's what I want to show you here. That's the coupon code, Hotspots for Cloud, 15% off. And Daniel, this was a lot of fun. Thanks a lot.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me, and thank you for attending, guys, and see you next time.
Yeah. Great job. We'll see you guys around. Good luck developing, and hopefully see you in a webinar really soon. Take care, everybody.